Hello, my friends, and once again, welcome to another episode of the Chess of Obscurity. And this time we're looking at a game brought to us by Asmik. In 1991, called D-Force. And in Japanese, it's called Dimensional Force. That's what it means in Japan. In Japan, the D is for Dimensional Force. You'll see what I mean when we start up. We're just gonna put this on the most stupidest of difficulties, just because. Why not? Now, of course, this has two modes, shooting mode and exploration mode. But we're going through the entirety of this game. Like so. And you'll see shortly why it's called D-Force. Yet it has this 1943 feel to it. As you can tell. It does have this 1943 vibe to it. But this is one of those other games that benefited from the Mode 7 aspect of the Super Nintendo. It's one of these games I actually rented back in the day. And for the most part, it was an interesting game. Just like Axelay was one of those games I never got around to playing it up until it just dawned on me, oh hey, I hadn't played this game. But it's as generic as any other shooter. I don't think there's any plot to it. You're just firing away at random enemies. I've seen somebody else do this on their channel, RetroHawk. I've seen him actually do this on his channel. And it just made me think, oh, hey, I remember this game. Sound like boss out of nowhere. And this is where the D aspect of this game comes in, in which you're switching perspectives as you're zooming down on the base. Now, the Mode 7 aspect isn't as good as like in other games like Axelay, but it is worth mentioning that this game has its charm, and Asmik is a pretty Forgotten Company. I simply forgot how many stages this game really had. But as you can tell, when it zooms in, it really does zoom in. With one button, you can zoom in or zoom out. The shoulder buttons allow you to zoom in like so, or zoom out. Now that's smart, using the shoulder buttons as a way to zoom in or zoom out. Kind of messed up just saying saying that, just like, oh, no head. Some stages, as you can tell, you can freely switch from close to far away, and then there are stages that actually do it for you. I don't know why I've been wanting to do this game for quite a while now. But as well as I remember, Asmik was a pretty forgotten company. I think they declared bankruptcy, I don't know. But the only game I remember from Asmik was Conquest of the Crystal Palace. And this game. That's what I find so funny about this. Because there are some companies that are forgettable, and yet there are some that are unforgettable. Asmik was hard to say. From your take, they could have been forgotten because their titles weren't well known. Their titles weren't so well known with me. But I mean, for a shooter like this, even though it was slightly generic, it wasn't that not bad, though. I don't think they ever really had a plot for this game. And even if it was, it's probably forgotten by time. Unless you were looking it up on Wikipedia or GameFAQs. I mean, for what it's worth, you know, it's one of those games that you can easily forget because of the title. It feels like it's almost like a trial course or something. Because stage 1 was demurely long, then stage 2. This looked like something that straight up came out of Dragon Spirit. I'm not kidding you. It just has that vibe of Dragon Spirit. Or Fedeos. Like a lot of games that I remember from back in the day. Like, how many people actually remember a game called Image Fight? Starship Hector. Titles like that are easily forgettable because of that, you know. And that, I mean, porting. Like, as I mentioned, there were so many games that were created that they never saw the light of day. Especially when you consider that there's so many games that could be out in this day and age. Especially as far as the internet goes, digital downloads are the way to go. Just to preserve old video games. Only thing you would have to do, really, would be just regain the IP. It's the same thing with emulation. Like, people will say, well, it's so hard to do Saturn emulation. Like, well, it can be like that, but it can be just as easy trying to figure it all out. If people are trying to figure out Saturn emulation, well, guess what? There's hope in trying to get, you know, a proper Saturn emulator. And that's one of the saddest mysteries of all time, like not having a proper emulator, aside from, you know, RetroArch and Metafin. I'd rather have something that, you know, I can easily run to where all I would have to do is unzip the file, run it, play it, and just have the files it can run. Like the last good emulator I could say that gave me trouble was the PS2. Till basically says, well, this version has every bit of files that you need just to have it run. Everything else was basically configured. See what works, and if it works to your benefit, go with it. It's the same thing with the Dreamcast. As long as you have some manual to help others pick up on it, say, well, if you do this and you do this, oh, well, that's how you do it. For ZSNES, I had to use basically pictures for wallpaper for some of the games I have on here, just so it won't look naked when I'm recording. Like earlier today, what I did was I downloaded a different version of SNES 9X, which is 1.60 that recently came out, and I've just been test running the games I already have just to make sure, okay, it's in working condition, and I will use other games on it. The games like Earthbound and Imprisonment are still on the 1.52 version, so I'll continue on off that. And, you know, from then on, anything future will probably go to 1.60. Oh yeah, excuse me, it's been raining over here. And rain does make me sleepy. I know what I'm actually going to do right after I'm done with this. I'm going to record some Xenogears. That's what I'm going to do. Just do some recording, get some episodes. and just, you know, just get what I need to do done. And since this is Sunday, well, this is also my day that I have my voiceover session. You look at this though, it feels like, it sounds and feels like something out of UN Squadron. Almost sounds like, you know, Project 4. You know? You can hardly tell what you're shooting at unless you just basically feel you're putting a dent in it. It doesn't flash or doesn't do anything. It's just like da 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 da. That's all you're doing. Pretty much this game just is one of your generic shooters. There's nothing to really write home about, even though the title just has a bit of speculation on what the D would mean. And there are so many jokes with that. I'm not even kidding, just like there's so many jokes coming from there. And if you're wondering why I don't have much to say about it, that's the reason why. Just there really isn't much to say. I mean, as you notice, this game goes by stupidly fast if you really think about it. Well, if it's one of those games that basically have you loop in order to get the best ending, and I'm sorry, I am not playing a game which tends to loop just because, oh, you gotta play this game twice in order to get the ending. Then what was the point of me playing if you want me to play it twice? Except for me being a score chaser. Gosh, I've been so busy with so many projects, it's just been stupidly and utterly ridiculous. But at least for the most part, that I'm getting them done. So I know the longer ones, they're gonna take a while, but the shorter ones, I know I can just knock out just like that with ease. Especially as far as summer is coming up. At least the good thing is, I got my badge for AX, so I'm ready for that. I think that's the biggest thing for me personally. Have I not mentioned it, but AX to me is that one time this must be the final area. If this is a boss rush, this only tells me, okay, this is the final area of the game. And I'm fine with it. You know, it's like a 30-minute walk in the park with this game. But as I said, AX is one of those times that I basically just not want to worry about anything. It's basically, okay, AX comes in, guess what? For 3 days, I'm going to be out and about, I'm going to be having a good time. I'm going to enjoy myself. Some bosses have smaller hitboxes than others. This one just has an annoying ass hitbox. It's definitely the final boss. Which ain't much of a final boss, because if this is all it is, it's just like one of those bosses that just like, oh, it's so hard, and no, it ain't. Look at that. Shooting mode and exploration mode. And yeah, that's it. That's the entirety of this game. Just not much. Just, oh yeah, you beat the game. High score. That's it. I don't know if I feel chipped. I feel kind of like hollow victory. But that was D-Force, brought to us by Asmik of 1991. I don't know what to say after all this. It just feels so hollow. Just what in the world? I mean, you can take it at face value, but these are one of those games that I don't know. Like I said, I feel kind of, the victory felt very hollow to me, and I don't know what it is. It's just. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Chess of Obscurity. A whole lot of things that have been going on in life. It's been hectic, but I'm glad I managed to do one, or no, that was two of these videos of my ongoing series of the little-known oddities of video games that people just don't know about, or most likely forgotten. So join me next time when I look into something else on the Chess of Obscurity. So until next time, of whatever I feel like playing or continuing, I've been your friendly neighborhood Tenkaichi. And I'll see you next time. So with that, die tinsel! And I'll see you next game.